Hey YouTube, this is going to be my video submission for Herohunter81's contest video. Congratulations on all the subs, man. It's awesome. I love watching your videos. I've been watching them since before I started making my own. Hopefully I got some good stuff to show you. These aren't going to be like super expensive keys. Some of these are keys, some of these are ones that I personally had a hard time finding. That I may have showed off in other videos, and some of them are just I got when they were easier to find and are now hard to find. Or I just, some of them are ones I just enjoy that are keys in my collection. Anyway, so let's start. This is Gotham Girls number 3 of 5, the Harley Quinn one. I actually got this one when it first came out, when it was on the shelf, because I had a friend in art school that was really into the artist. And he recommended that I take a look at it. So I got this. It's been in my collection for about 10 years now, and Harley Quinn's pretty popular. This is not. I've heard this is not an easy book to get, so it's a proud part of my collection now. Big fan of the artist. Harley Quinn's pretty awesome. So yeah, this is Darkhawk number 50. Big fan of Darkhawk. This is the end of his run. It's the last issue. Not easy to get, but I was determined to get it. Ended up finding it for a fair price. It was about, I don't know, $5-6. But it's got a really low print run. If they ever do anything with this character again, maybe it'll take off. This was an interesting one I found at the Providence Comic Con. The Doctor Strange Marvel Milestone Edition. Don't really see it. I've never seen it before. So I mean, it was cheap when I got it. But these Marvel Milestone books tend to go in erratic pricing. Some places try to charge you a lot for them. Some places don't realize that other places are charging a lot. And like this one, I got for $1. But I've never seen it before, so it's super interesting to me. Man, this one, this guy. I was a big fan of Nightfall, really big fan, but I jumped on when this book had already come out and was already hot, so I couldn't get this, and I was shocked to get it this summer for $1. It's not $1. It's the first appearance of Bane. I mean, the guy. When I showed this video off the first time, I mentioned this, but I think the comic book store thought that this was the second print, maybe, because the second print is very similar, just has the Roman numeral. But yeah, I was super stoked to finally add this into my collection as a Nightfall fan. First appearance of Apocalypse. I got this a long time ago for like $8. I thought it was pretty awesome that I've been able to keep it in my collection, and especially now with all the movie stuff going on. It's definitely not a perfect copy. I don't know if you can see, like right there, it's got a dent. It's so sad. But it's decent. Everything else looks fine, But I'd be terrified to send that to CGC and come back with like a grade I wasn't expecting. Azrael. Like I said, love Nightfall. Azrael is pretty awesome. One of my favorite design characters, and totally underutilized. It took me a while to find this one. I got this for $1 in a dollar bin, but that was the only place I've ever been able to find it. Last issue of his series, low print run, same story as Darkhawk 50. Good stuff. So glad I have Runaways number 1. I jumped on this series when it was new at number 3, and number 1 was long gone. Not easy to get. I ended up getting this on eBay for a fair price of like $9. No, was it 9? I don't remember now. It was 9, 10, maybe 12, somewhere around there. But I thought it was a fair price, and I think this has a lot of potential to be used as like either relaunched as a series or made into a movie. So I'm super glad to have that. This one's pretty fun. It is Silver Surfer 50, the third print. I see the first print a lot, and I have the first print. I knew they had a second print, although I don't see that very often either. But I never knew they had third print. I don't even remember seeing this on the shelf when I was collecting back then. So it's pretty cool to have that in my collection now. Edge of the Spider-Verse 2. Big fan of this Gwen Stacy Spider-Man, Spider-Woman. This is a hard book to find now. You can get it on eBay, but you're going to be paying a significant amount. So it's hard to find for a good price. I managed to snag 2 copies before they went off the shelves. And then I also got this a few weeks ago, the second print, which I don't see anymore either. Excuse me. Here's some newer keys. This is Uncanny Avengers number 5, the first appearance of the Apocalypse twins as babies. So if you consider a baby appearance the first appearance, then these are their first appearance. They're interesting characters. I would love to see them used more. Maybe Fox will use them for an Apocalypse movie. We will see. Thor God of Thunder 25. This is the end of the God of Thunder run before it launched with the new Lady Thor. And this is the first appearance of Lady Thor. She in the future story with old Thor's granddaughters are looking through a book and they see the history. This book called Unworthy, where they show pictures of this new Thor as a lady, and the granddaughter's like, "Who's that holding the hammer?" And then King Thor, this guy, comes into the room and slams the book and casts them out of the room, and you see the cover of the book's called Unworthy. So anyway, yeah, it's the first picture of Lady Thor. Actually, let me show you what I mean in here. Yeah. So right in there, you got some Lady and Thor right there. Cool stuff. Glad to have it. Not an expensive book by any means, but if Lady Thor picks up, maybe. And this is a variant cover. What else we got here? This was one I showed off from the Providence Comic Con also. This is a Web of Spider-Man number 5 variant edition. It's not cheap on eBay. I got it for $1. I don't know how I got it for $1, but it is not a cheap book. I've seen it on eBay for like random prices for like 30, 35. But buy it now. Yeah, very cool to have that. Amazing Spider-Man 30, first appearance of Maura Lune, who is currently the main villain in the Spider-Verse storyline. Let's see what else we got here. Don't wanna put out too many videos, or too many comics. Amazing Spider-Man 400, the unenhanced variant. This was hard to find for a good price. I ended up getting this in a lot of like 4 or 5 for about $10 when I've seen this by itself go for about 20 or tried to be sold for 20. Yeah, so really glad to have that. What else we got here? I'll put up this one. This is Amazing Spider-Man 692, one of the variant covers. These are pretty hard to find now, I think. I haven't seen them in any back issue bins because I've been looking for the other ones. And yeah, and as a big black costume Spider-Man fan, I'm really glad to have this. This next one is probably the, no, it is the cream of my collection. I don't know if I've shown this off in any collection videos yet, but it's coming. But I'll show it off here. This is Amazing Spider-Man 300 Marvel Collectible Classic Edition. It's a chromium cover. I think the print run was about, I don't even know, 3,000, 4,000. Correct me if I'm wrong. I got this in the early days of eBay as a substitute for not being able to afford the real Amazing Spider-Man 300. And I got it for like $15, and it is the price is kind of erratic on this. I see it getting sold for like 300, 400, and then buy it now is for, you know, maybe like 500, 600. So yeah, very happy to have this guy. Is in excellent condition. I want to get it CGC'd, but this is one of those books that On a day when you're sad, you open up your comic box, you look at it, and you go, okay, life's okay. Yeah. There's a silver lining. It's just that shine, too. I mean, that shine just makes you happy. And that chromium. It's like, come on. Look at that chromium. Love it. Love it. I'll do a couple of more. You can take a look at that chromium cover while I'm looking through. Alright, let's go this. Spectacular Spider-Man #1. Can't afford Amazing Spider-Man #1, so I will take Spectacular Spider-Man #1. And we've got Avengers 257. I'm a big fan of Nebula. Stoked to see her in the Guardians movie. I think they could have used her a little better. Surprised that this issue hasn't really taken off too much. I mean, it kind of has, but not really. But yeah, it's a cool issue to have if you're an Avengers collector and you like the Guardians movie. This is Nebula's first appearance. And I think that's about it. I still have a stack over here, but don't want to make this video go too long. Actually, you know what? Let me show one more. This is one that took me a while to get for a good price. The first appearance of Phantom X in New X-Men 128. I had this originally a long time ago, and then I got rid of it, and lately I've been seeing it go for $20 or so. Ended up finding this one in a lot of all the Grant Morrison comic books, or all the Grant Morrison X-Men comic books, and I bought that for about $20-25, when this issue alone will go for about $20-25. So yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome. First appearance of Phantom X. Anyway, yeah, that's going to be my submission video. Hope you enjoyed. Had fun doing it. And yeah, I'll see you all later.